All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. We are going to be shipping yesterday's orders live. Should be the last live shipping of this week because I don't do any shipping on the weekend. So we're going to ship out everything today. I had a whole mess of sales on eBay yesterday. I didn't have any on any other platforms though. So eBay definitely carried. I had a total of 12 orders on eBay. Actually, no, I did have sales yesterday. I had two Depop orders, but I already shipped those out. I shipped those before the mailman came. So would have had those today, but didn't carry them over. So 12 orders, $451 in sales. Yesterday was definitely a better day. We have been listing consistently, so that's probably helping our sales for sure. Kayla actually did 10 more drafts this morning, so I'm going to put those live right after this live, and then I'm probably going to do like another 10 to 15, and that should clear off this table so I can then start sorting some more stuff. So we're getting through slowly but surely, getting through the profit pile. So last night I did story post on my Instagram and Facebook. I am going to be putting out a video. I already shot the video. I'm going to put out the video later on today, hopefully if I can edit it quick enough, of how we list items. So the entire listing process, from checking the items to photoing the items to putting the items in inventory and then putting the listings live. So that video should come out hopefully today. If not today, it'll come out first thing tomorrow morning, depending on how much I can edit and all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be up on Facebook and YouTube. How you been this week? I've been busy listing and estate sale hopping. Let's go, Dora. Awesome. I've been good. This week has been productive, more productive than the last few weeks for sure. We're finally getting into like the groove of being in the new place and not having to build furniture and getting the kids situated in school and stuff like that. I'm hoping next week is like a full, like real work week. I've only worked like, somebody asked me this comment yesterday. Somebody commented this on my post yesterday, like how many hours are you working right now? And I think we're only working like 4 hours a day in the business because we are basically just doing everything else to set everything else up. So next week, hopefully that'll be a first full week, and we might do a live thrift next week too if I can get around to it. So what's up, Jen? What's up, everybody? Welcome over on TikTok. Appreciate you guys hopping on in. Show us double RL piece large. I think, is it a size large? Serfs, it's not for you. You're not going to get this, so don't worry about it. You're literally not going to win this. That is the double RL piece in a size large. Crazy, crazy. This is wool, cashmere, and linen. $1,600 retail, brand new with tax. You're not getting it, Surf. So I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna block you before we run that item, Surf, so you can't get it. Someone asked me yesterday, who is Surfs? I should have answered them. They asked me on yesterday's live. I was like trying to think of something snarky, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. What's up, Oliver? Welcome in. Morning, Carolyn. What's up, everybody? Are you keeping it? No, that's consignment. I have to sell that. I mean, I could buy it, but I'm not in the market for a $1,600 double RL piece, so I'm gonna sell it and consign it. Thank you for sharing, Sharon, especially inside info like shopping and return policies. Of course, that's why we do it. That's why we do these lives. These lives are your access to ask those kind of questions and get like in real time answers. But me and like somebody like Surfs who's in the chat right now, this guy right here, we are real people. We come in, we show you guys the insides of the business on live. There's no way we can hide it. If we get a question, we always answer. There's no questions that I skip over, purposely at least. So yeah, feel free to ask all the questions. Somebody asked me that too yesterday, Trisha, about Taylor Swift. It was when I made that post last night. They're like, "Are you listening to the new album?" I was like, "What new album? I don't know what's coming out." And they're like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Surfs is a Swiftie, not you." I was like, "Yeah, I don't listen to that. I don't listen to that music." All right, we're gonna pull the orders on live today. I didn't do a pre like packing video like I've been doing the last couple days because everything's eBay, so it's gonna be really simple for me to pull these. So you're gonna see the process of me going to the racks, pulling the items, and then you're also gonna see me shipping the items. So if you have any questions about either, let me know. Do consigners even want minimum on whatnot? What do you mean by that? Like minimum prices? There's certain people in that resell that don't like listing their items. I'll just put it that way. So there are people that love to shop, but they hate to list. For example, my bulk buy guy locally, he buys all the stuff locally, and then I just give him cash for the stuff. He only makes like $1 or $2 per unit, but he loves the shopping process. So some resellers are like, I would never do consignment on whatnot because I'm not going to make full price and then I'm going to get a cut. But other resellers, like I go to the bins, I get my stuff for $1 or $2. If K-Way can sell it for an average sales price of $20 a piece and I'm going to make $15 or $14 profit on each item, and all I have to do is throw them in a box and ship them to K-Way, I'm going to do that. So there's all types of sellers out there, but there are people that just love the shopping aspect and they don't really want to list the items, if that's what your question was. Do you even gas? No, but I need to charge my car. So Chris, is it okay if I come over and charge my car at your house? Actually, we got to buy a Tesla charger for this house, and Surfs told me how expensive it is. He told me he's like $2,000 for his. So I'm gonna have to fork over that money next month because I hate driving to charge the car. Anyways, yesterday you showed big time Ralph Lauren. Yes, there's also other reasons why people would send in consignment. I'm not going to get into why that person sends in consignment, but there are other reasons. If you think about it, if you really, really think about it, you'll figure out why they would send in consignment and they wouldn't sell it themselves. So, all right, let's get started. I'm going to start, I guess we'll start from the top. Items that sold today. I only have one item that sold today. The rest are all yesterday's sales. If you saw my story post yesterday, you know exactly how many Ralph Laurens I sold. I sold a plethora of Ralph Lauren items. So first item is in 5339. 5339. I might as well take TikTok over with me. 5339. You guys on the camera, you won't be able to see over here. 5339. Of course, it's the last item in the top bin, making it really hard to show you guys. 5339, all the way in the back. All right, there we go. 5339. That one is pulled. Flip this camera back. Maybe I won't take TikTok over there. that wasn't very good. You guys didn't see much walking over there. 5339. This is a men's Vince sweater. Men's extra large Vince sweater. Good brand to look out for. I do pick up a lot of men's Vince. I pass on a lot of women's Vince. Paid $9.36 for this. Had it listed for $45. Got a $35 offer. Ended up taking that offer. So $35 out of $9.36. Elon says thank you. I know he does. Do you notice a difference being a pre-love partner on eBay? I don't really know if I noticed a difference when I became a pre-love partner. I think it's just a badge that they put on your store. Maybe it adds a little bit of buyer confidence, but to be honest, I don't think a lot of people know what pre-love partner means when they're buying on eBay, unless they hover over the pre-love partner. So I don't think it adds extra sales. I think it's just a cool little badge. It's kind of like being verified. Adds a cool little badge, but I don't think it really increases your sales. It doesn't give you a boost in visibility. At least I don't think it does. Yeah, the only thing that gives you a boost in visibility is if you get those messages about like becoming part of like a fall winter clothing coupon, and then you'll get boosted visibility. It says you get on the front page of eBay. That's when you get boosted visibility. But for a pre-love partner, I don't believe so. Hang on, I got to plug in my. Kayla was using the Dymo this morning. I got to plug in the proper Dymo. There we go. Advice on how to price on Whatnot as far as start price. Good question. My answer to that is start high, because if you start low, your buyers will get used to you having low prices. So then when you start bringing in better inventory and you're like, hey guys, I got to go from $1 starts to $10 starts because this is like premium stuff. Then people might be like, wait, I'm here for $1 starts. I'm not here for $10 starts. And then you'll be like, you have to explain to them like, well, everything gets bid up over $10 usually. So I'm just starting it at the price. So it makes the auctions quicker, and you might lose some people. So I would always say start higher. And then you could always work your way down, but it's really hard to work your way back up. So it really depends on what your buy cost is too. If your buy cost is $20 a unit, you can't start stuff at $1, right? Because you have too much risk in that. So I'd start a little bit higher. Appreciate all the followers on TikTok. What has been amazing in 2022, they paid asking price. Yes, we still get good prices on our Whatnot shows, but we are super consistent on Whatnot, so that's probably why. After being on eBay since 2017, I sold my first item. Out of 100, I made 87. Yes, that's fees. That's okay. You're paying fees. People will complain about fees. I want you to just sit back and think. If you didn't post that on eBay and you had your own storefront, how much money would it cost you to operate that storefront, have insurance for that storefront, pay rent for that storefront? All the things that go into that is way more than 13% fees. So if you are mad about losing $13, just think rent at a store. And then you don't even get as much traffic into that store because you got to advertise. So the advertising costs on top of that, there's so much additional cost that you're not considering. And you're just focused on that $13 that you had to take out of your eBay. Post your items globally. I'd rather be posted globally and take 13% out than have to open my own store and just draw traffic into my own store. And I'd never have the success you would have on eBay. So what do you promote on eBay? Right now I'm promoting at 9%, but I'm planning on dropping that down to 7% as we get closer to Christmas time. So What the heck is this little pop-up? Swipe right. I'm not going to swipe right. Bro needs a stepladder to get that top shelf. No, Kayla needs a stepladder to get to the top shelf. Did Poshmark change their shipping? I noticed they are all not priority anymore. Yes, Poshmark changed it, about a week and a half ago. It's now ground. So ground advantage, you have to either use your own supplies or you can go to blog.poshmark.com and you can order supplies through the 1-800 number or email the post office to get free ground advantage supplies. I tried calling yesterday. I couldn't get through, so I'll probably try calling again today. So have you noticed an uptick in fall and winter sales yet? I have. I have definitely noticed more sweaters are selling. I can hear the trash truck right behind me. I can hear it behind me. Appreciate all the gifts over on TikTok too. And is your Mercari and the pooper like mine is? Absolutely. My Mercari, dead. I haven't sold anything. I think I sold maybe one thing on Mercari this week. But that's typical Mercari. I never count on Mercari sales for anything. If I had to pay my rent on Mercari sales, I'd still be working at the post office 100%. 100%. All right, let's grab another item, 6655. It's going to be over here. 6655, I think is what I read. Right here. This is a good one. I knew this one was going to sell relatively fast, and somebody asked about sweaters selling right now. This is sweater. So this is a Polo Ralph Lauren men's medium, and I believe this is a wool, 100% merino wool sweater. This one sold for $29.99 plus ship. I picked this up locally in a bulk buy. I think I paid like $9 for it locally. I did pay up a little bit more than usual because this is a little bit of a better item. But it sold for $29.99. It was listed for like 2 weeks. So sold already. Yeah, everybody universally struggles with Mercari. I don't know if anybody who says like, have you guys ever heard of somebody who says like, I make all my full-time income selling on Mercari? And that person doesn't have much of a mortgage, doesn't have much bills, or they're just flat out lying, because I don't know of anybody who like gets a ton of sales. I do see people that say they make a full-time income selling on Depop. Even that I find really, really hard to believe, because I don't get many sales on Depop either. And I do all the stuff that supposedly you're supposed to do on Depop. Again, those people probably don't have many bills if they're making a full-time income. But yeah. They lying. Where do you get your bags? If you're on TikTok and the TikTok shop in my shop on the front page, I don't know how to do this. On the shop on the front page, is it called a marketplace or is it a shop? I forget. In my gallery, I don't know where it is, but it's on TikTok shop. You can find it there. You can just order straight from TikTok, or if you want the bags that I specifically buy, I get them on the AM word. I don't know if I can say that here now because I get bananaed every time I say go to other places. But if you go to the tree that's blooming in my profile and you click on that tree, you'll find them. They're there. They're there. Just go to my profile. You'll find it. She was scamming. She's in jail now. Showcase. That's what it's called. Who's in jail now? Local Poshmark seller had their own article saying she made more than 100K selling a year. Turns out she was scamming. She's in jail now. I don't know who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about. But there are people that make $100,000 a year on Poshmark. I do believe that. I believe Poshmark is, you are able to do that. I do see sellers. I follow sellers on Instagram that do a really, really good job buying quality inventory and selling them on Poshmark. Now, to sell 100 and make 100 is two completely different things. But for example, somebody I can think of off the top of my head is two guys. Their names Posh Kings. They are together, two guys, kind of like me and Surfs. And Posh Kings over on Instagram, I think they do live shows. They sell a bunch of like high-end stuff. And they do shows like once or twice a week. I know they're making good money. Like they're doing a really good job. But they've also built their following. See, I already got a violation. They built their following on Poshmark, so that's why. You do live thrifts on TikTok? No, I do them on Whatnot now, and then I multicast them to Facebook and YouTube. I haven't done one for a while, so I'll be doing one here pretty soon. See, I can't say the tree. If I say the tree, I get a violation warning. It's so stupid. TikTok, you need to fix that. You need to fix that. You can't tell people they can't say tree in their bio. Are there people at your local thrift stores who sit there all day? There are, Oliver. There's one specifically I can think of. He's always at the same store. He sits there all day and waits for new racks. But even when he sits there all day and waits for new racks, I go into that store and I still find so much good stuff. So just because there's somebody sitting there, they're looking for specifically for high sell-through rate items or high like resell items, and they don't go for like Ralph Lauren's and they don't go for like $35 flips. They're looking for $100 flips. So you can still find good stuff whenever they go, and they miss stuff all the time. There's a guy that sits in the thrift store and he only looks for the new racks. It's at Red, White, and Blue. He sits there all day and he waits for the new racks to come out, but he doesn't check the discounted stuff. So there was a Harley Davidson leather jacket for like $15. It was originally priced at $60, which was too much for him, and I was able to go through the racks and find it 75% off. So I paid whatever that is, $15 for that, and I made really good money on that jacket. So there's still opportunities. How do you respond to a buyer saying they didn't receive a package that shows delivered? Tell the buyer that they have to reach out to the post office, see where the item is delivered, or they have to reach out to the police and see who stole their package. But your responsibility is to ship the package. As soon as the post office scans that item delivered, you are off the hook. eBay will back you 100% because that item was delivered to them. If somebody stole it, that's up to them to figure out who stole it. So that's what I would say to them. What I would say to be professional is, hey, sorry to see you haven't received your package. Please reach out to the local post office, or if you feel like your package was stolen, reach out to the police department and figure out what they can do for you. You could say something like, if you contact eBay about this matter, they're going to show the item is delivered, so there's nothing they can do. And then let them handle it from there. If they respond to you with a bad message, just ignore them because you've already done your part. You've done more than what you're supposed to do. Maybe because of shutdown, even though post office is still operating, post office will still operate through all government shutdowns. I used to work for the post office. Post office will always work through government shutdowns. They're not going to close the post office. Post office is a separate entity from the government, even though they're kind of part of the government. They're kind of not part of the government. So they will still work the post office. That is completely fine. You don't feel like your packages aren't going to get delivered. Yeah, people pass on stuff all the time at thrift stores. You can't say you can't say that word either. That's crazy. I already answered that. I found $1,000 VHS. 10 other people had walked. That's crazy. $10,000 or $10,000 or $1,000 VHS. Holy cow! That must have been sealed. I finally broke 4K in 90 days in my eBay store. Doing it with 3 kids at home. Let's go. It's been tough. Let's go. That's awesome. Killing it with 3 kids at home. 4K in 90 days. That's awesome. You should be proud of that number. You should be proud. Ralph Queens. Yeah, that's what we are. We are Ralph Queens. So why do you hang out on YouTube? What is YouTube, the one you choose? Is there a place on Whatnot to see the fee structure to help? Just Google it. Google Whatnot fees. And the first thing will be like the Google AI response. And that one has all the fees. And it has it listed out exactly what the fees will be. You have a regular fee and then you have a processing fee. I think it's 10% plus 2.9% plus like a 25-cent fee. So if you sell something for $1, you're going to make a lot less than if you sell something for $100, because that 25-cent fee or whatever it is cuts really into your margins. So typically when you sell something for $1 on Whatnot, you're only bringing home like 49 cents or something like that. It's really, really, really small. Yeah, TikTok is a pain in the butt because I'm already banned on the other one. I'm already banned on my live account. It looks like I'm on my way on this account too. How's Poshmark been for you? It's been slow. Again, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop sales, those are all sales I don't really rely on. I just feel like those are extra sales at the end of the day. I don't rely on those. All right, let's pull another one. 2189. That's going to be in the beginning. 2189. It's up here. 2189. It's a Ralph Lauren shirt. This has been listed for a while. Some of my Ralph Laurens, they sell really fast. Other ones, they take a while to sell. It just doesn't make any sense why some sell fast and some sell slow sometimes. But this is a Ralph Lauren. It's like a thicker shirt too. It's like almost like a denim feel to this one. I paid $3.75 for this, and it sold for $24.99 plus shipping. This has been listed for, again, a very, very long time. Appreciate all the follows on TikTok too. Have you used the new Ground Advantage packaging? I tried to order some yesterday. I haven't been able to get some. I haven't used it with eBay or other platforms because I don't have any yet, but I do plan to. I know that's going to make some people mad. They're going to be like, you can't use that other than Poshmark. No, you can use it on any platform. There still nobody has sent me any website or any credible website, not like a news blog. I don't care about news blog websites, but like the post office website, Poshmark saying it, any of those sites saying that you can't use them. I actually have a sister that still works at the post office. I have a brother-in-law that still works at the post office, and both of them have seen those packages for 6+ months now, up to a year. My sister said she saw those packages. So they're not Poshmark exclusive. So I plan to use them. And again, I know that's going to make some people mad, but they are USPS supplies. They are not Poshmark supplies. So therefore you can use them with any USPS order that qualifies. So as long as you get a ground label and you weigh and measure your items, you should be able to use those packages without any issue. People thinking that the post office employees are going to stop and check if every one of those are Poshmark labels, they don't do that. They just don't. They don't do that. So for example, this label says G on it. As long as I weigh and measure this item and put it into one of those packaging, I am allowed to ship this item until somebody actually sends me. Everybody keeps Googling it, and then the AI image, the AI response says that you can't use it, and at the bottom, the AI response says AI can make some mistakes, and it doesn't have any websites it actually leads you to that says you can't do it. There's one blog website that it brings up, but again, I'm not trusting a blog website. That's anybody can write a blog website. It doesn't make sense to trust one of those. I did get another TikTok. Yeah, I've had a TikTok for secondary TikTok for a while. I just decided never to go live on it, but I'm going live now on it. So I'm going live now on it. All right, 5253. 5253 should be up here. All right, another Ralph Lauren shirt. It's gonna get a little Ralphie in here. It's gonna get a little Ralphie in here. Ralph Lauren. This is like a good like fall plaid colorway. This one sold for $20.70 plus shipping. Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted. So nice little bread and butter Ralph Lauren sale. What's up, Amy? What's up, Amy? Yeah, I tried to call yesterday to get those ground supplies. I got stuck on the phone for 20 minutes, and then it sent me to the voice message, and I never got a call back. So I'll try again, or I'll email them and see if I can just order a bunch of those supplies. And then I'll make a video. I'll make a video shipping out an eBay order with them, and I guarantee that video will blow up because those people will be like, you can't use those. It's only Poshmark. It's only Poshmark. You're shipping eBay with a Poshmark bag. It's like, no, I'm shipping eBay with a post office bag. I do pretty well on Poshmark and Mercari. When to start eBay, any tips? My tips is start eBay ASAP. If you've already mastered those other two platforms, eBay shouldn't be too hard for you, and you're going to see a lot more sales on eBay, in my opinion, than you will on those other two. For example, I have, what did I say, 14 orders, 13 orders when I first started this live, all eBay orders. I sold 2 items on Depop yesterday, none on Poshmark. So as you can see, there's a big discrepancy between those numbers. So I think you should, there's more buyers on eBay. So get the bag rage bait, yep. I saw it. I Googled it. Google said you can't do it. Okay. I'm doing it. We'll see if that package comes back. 6052. 6052. 6052. 6052. It's going to be in this one right here. 6052. This is a Tommy Bahama, but this is a good Tommy Bahama. You can't see it from this bag, but there's a big back hit on this one. I'll show it on Facebook and YouTube really quick. This is what it looks like. Big old back hit. These are like the only kind of shirts that I take a full back photo of because I have to show off that nice big back hit. Fully embroidered on this one. Really, really nice shirt. This one sold for 27 bucks. I probably could have got more if this sold in the summertime, but obviously it's getting into the winter months, so you're not going to get as much for these. So this one sold for 27 bucks. Are your Depop sales usually vintage things? I don't really sell vintage too much, so no, it's everything that I list on other platforms, I list on Depop. So it's like this Tommy Bahama shirt, for example, would be like an item that I would sell on Depop. I don't do too much vintage. I do mostly modern pieces. This is going to ship out for 14 ounces. Buyer paid $7 of shipping. I'm paying $6.49. How's the new house? I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm so glad we bought this house. Like it's like a dream come true every morning when I wake up compared to the last house. Last house we were just way too crammed in that house. So I'm happy. I received part of my order for those supplies. I've ordered 2 more times and received none. Yeah, that's typical PO for you. Typical post office, especially when the free stuff. I tell you this I tell you guys this before, and I tell you it all the time. They don't care too much to get all that stuff out to you guys because they don't make any money on it. So they'd rather focus on shipping the actual packages that they make money on, and that's just extra work for them. So sometimes you'll get it in 3 days, like Surf's got his really fast, and then other times it'll take 3 months before you actually receive those packages. Also, it depends on where you live too. Are you going to be able to order those supplies through SPS website? I think eventually you will be, Susan. Right now you can't. You have to call the number that it's on blog.poshmark.com. I'll go to there, check it out, call that number. But for now, you have to order through that number. That's the only way to get it. Somebody said that some post offices are starting to get them. I think eventually they're going to phase out all priority mail, and they're just going to have the Ground Advantage boxes available. I think that's a smart move for the post office, to be honest. Email yesterday and got a confirmation email back within minutes, but was told they're out of the poly mailers. They will ship them when they're back in stock. There you go. That might be another reason why you guys can't get your stuff, because they're already out of it, which makes sense. I've ordered supplies via email and have not. Yeah, see, lots of people having issues with it. Lots of people. Depop people complain about shipping, and I send them to Posh. There you go. There you go. That's yeah. You can get banned for doing that. So just be very, very careful. Don't do that too often, because if Depop sees you do that, sending people to another platform, then they might, you might get in trouble for it. So just be careful the way you word those messages. Whoever is only selling Poshmark and Mercari with success will crush it on eBay. Yeah. Yes. 100%. 100%. I agree with that statement. I think you'll see a lot more sales on eBay than you ever see on Poshmark and Mercari for sure. Hi, Amy. How do you ship big coats and boxes usually? If they fit in a bag, I have those big poly bags that are like twice the size or 3 times the size as my regular bags. Sometimes I'll ship them in there, but most of the time I ship them in boxes. So where do you get those clear bags for clothing? If you go to my showcase here on TikTok, you can find them in the showcase. Also go find the tree. And if you find the tree, that's where they'll be. I have to avoid saying that word at all costs on TikTok, I guess. Just about double my death pile. Let's go. I'm hoping to half my death pile in the next couple days, so I can actually go sourcing it. And that's why you haven't seen sourcing content, because as we got here and we started looking through all this stuff, I realized how much stuff we have, and I'm like, yeah, I can't go sourcing. 5985, 5985. 5985 right here in the front. This is a men's Robbie G shirt, men's Robert Graham. Really good pattern to this one too. It's like an all over stripe. Nothing crazy about the pattern too much except for the stripage, and it does have a really good flip cuff. The flip cuff is like the same color as what you see in the back here. This one sold for $29.99 plus shipping. Good price. I do have some really crazy Robert Graham shirts. I think Kayla already listed them. That I picked up last week in a bulk buy that are fully embroidered. Those ones are going to go for like crazy money. And you'll see one in the video that I made yesterday. Yeah, you'll see one in the video that I made yesterday as soon as I get it published. No, the Mercari eBay is awesome. Poshmark is meh. I agree. I agree with that statement 100%. Mercari is, in my opinion, from top to bottom, it goes Mercari, Depop, Poshmark, eBay. That's the selling. I get way more on eBay than I do on Mercari. This is a men's size small too, so it's another reason why it didn't sell for more, is because it's a smaller size. Here's my comment before. I'm having a garage sale tomorrow. My kids went through their rooms and bagged up a ton of clothes. I went through them last night and ended up pulling aside half of them to sell online. There you go. Death pile just doubled. Hey, it doubled, but you didn't no buy cost in that. That's good. Thank you for the gift cards on Whatnot. Appreciate you being there. We got more gift cards this weekend. I got a ton. We're actually gonna I'm probably gonna do like $100 to $200 worth of gift card giveaways on this weekend's Whatnot show, because we're gonna do 150 items. So if you haven't signed up, go sign up. Meet you over on Whatnot. Get some free stuff. You literally don't have to buy anything. If you just want to sit there all day and enter in free gift card giveaways, it doesn't hurt my feelings. Go ahead and do it, because I know eventually you're going to see one of those items you want. You're going to be like, okay, I'll bid on this one. I'll take that one. Yeah, I just sold a cool piece. We'll pull that really quick too. Poshmark can get away with not measuring. Can you do that on eBay? I would measure on both, to be honest. I know you can get away with it, but I would measure on both, because I know what you're saying, Poshmark. There is no returns for fit issues, but I would still give that customer that extra customer service of taking the extra couple seconds and measuring your item. That's what I would say. Can you get away with it on eBay? Sure, but you're going to get a return on eBay. Let's pull this cool piece. 4321. 4321. Hey, that's a cool number. 4321. Yep. This is a cool sweater. Cool Athena sweater is what it's called. We paid $1.07 for this at a thrift store. It's out for a while. We picked this up in the middle of summer. And it's also a wool blend too. Sold for $20.70. Bread and butter sale, but we only paid $1 for it at a thrift store. So this was $4, 75% off. When I was talking earlier about the people that sit at the racks all day, I think this was at that store. He missed it, and then we went through the regular racks and found it for $4, 75% off, which is wild for cool. Usually you don't get that at Red, White, and Blue, but this is the time that we did, which is great. Fifth paragraph is why people say it's only Posh. The fifth paragraph on that, yeah, but it doesn't exclusively say that they are just for Poshmark use. They say you can order it and you have to use your Poshmark user ID, but it doesn't say, and you can only use these on Poshmark. There's nowhere on that blog post that says you can't use these on any other platforms. It has to specifically say that. If it doesn't specifically say that, then you can still use them for other platforms. Close my Mercari, wasn't worth cross-listing to Depop. We'll play. I still cross-list to other two. The only reason I do is because it's so easy with Nifty. As I'm doing the AI lister, I just press one button and it puts it to all the platforms. So that's the only reason why I still do it. If I didn't have Nifty, I definitely wouldn't cross-list. Definitely wouldn't list Mercari and Depop. I would drop both of those. Do you ever sell an item? Do you ever not sell an item because the price is too low, even though you would make a nice profit? No. If your price is low, you got a better chance of selling that item, right? Because more people are interested in it because it's a lower price. Do you have a cross-list to Etsy? I don't do cross-listing to Etsy, no. I don't really have inventory that I think will do well on Etsy. I think if I did more vintage, I think it would, but I don't. What brand did you say? Cool. K-U-H-L. K-U-H-L. What do you prefer? Oh, why do you prefer Nifty? Great question. I've promoted others. I use Nifty every single day. Nifty does everything through the cloud. I actually talked about this in the video I'm about to post today too. So if you want to rewatch that video, I go over this again in that video. But everything's done through the cloud, so you don't have to have a device running. Shares your closet, sends out offers, does eBay recreates. It doesn't need you to tell it to do the recreates. It does the recreates for you, so it keeps your eBay listings fresh. It has a full inventory dashboard, has full analytics. The analytic page is supposed to get a revamp. It's supposed to look a lot different, and there's supposed to be extra features coming within the next couple months. So I love that about Nifty. The only things Nifty doesn't have is it doesn't have cross-listing to Whatnot. That's why I still use Vendoo, and I have Vendoo linked in my bio because that's the only one that I can use to cross-list to Whatnot. And I think I covered everything. That's why I like Nifty. I think I covered everything. Are you listing on Nifty? I am. I'm listing on Nifty. I'm using the AI lister. Man, we have lots of questions. Hard to keep up now because I have, instead of just having 80 people on this, I have 80 people here and 80 people here. So I have 160 people watching. And I'm trying to bounce back and forth. So if I missed your question, I apologize. I got a lot of questions. I try to always get to everybody. I've been using Nifty to list and I love it. But one thing I noticed, even though I put the weight of the item, Depop never puts it in the right weight category. Just something to be aware of. Check that. That might not be a Nifty issue because I've never had that issue when I'm doing Depop. Or reach out to Nifty specifically and see if there's a way for them to fix it. Maybe it's something on your account that's having issues, but I don't personally have that issue on mine, and I've listed tons on Depop. So that might be either a Depop issue or something that Nifty can fix internally, and just reach out to Nifty. They're really good about getting back to you. Posh will absolutely approve returns for fit issues. Yes, they do. They do. It says they won't, but they do. All the buyer has to do is say the measurements were off by a little bit, and they will approve it. I've had it happen too. But that is part of Poshmark's rule is fit issues are not supposed to be able to be returned. But there's not really anything you can do if you get a return for them. It's not the blog though. It's through the link. If it's taking you to a blog, if it's not taking you to specifically to a USPS website page that says you can't use them, I don't trust it. The USPS has a full rule book on their page that they have to abide by because it's by law they have to have that on their page. If it doesn't specifically say on their page you can't use those ground supplies on other platforms, on the USPS website, I'm not trusting a blog post. I'm not trusting a random website that says you can't use them. It has to be the USPS website. And if you call USPS, they will tell you what I'm telling you. That is a ground package. You can use any ground labels as long as you weigh and measure them properly. You're allowed to put them on those packages. That is not exclusive to Poshmark. They didn't make all those packages just for Poshmark. They've had them out for a while. I actually posted on my Facebook page like 8 months ago or something like that, where I took a photo and I was like, what are these ground supplies? I've never seen them before. And I posted about it and I had a whole bunch of people responding to it that those are USPS supplies and they're starting to give those to big businesses, but they're not giving them specifically to Poshmark. They are available for other businesses as well. So unless it's coming directly from the post office, I'm not trusting it. We use Nifty too. We tried others. They always come back to Nifty. Yes, that's facts. Some Nifty using your code, still using BetterLister because it's better AI. Yes, I do know there's other services like they're saying BetterLister that does a better job, especially when it comes to SKUs, like putting SKUs in. I think BetterLister does that. And sometimes they give, like, people rely on those services for the pricing. I don't rely on mine for pricing. I'd rather look at the pricing myself. There are better AI listers out there. I will agree with that. But those AI listers don't do everything else that Nifty does. So I'd rather pay for just Nifty instead of paying for two separate services and just deal with Nifty's not superior AI lister, but good enough AI lister, and I don't have to pay for two. So Do they have an app? They don't have an app, but you can do everything on the web. And on the web, it looks just like an app does. All right, let's pull another order. I got a bunch of questions. I'll get back to you guys. 6535 should be up here. 6535. Whoops. I tried to be fancy and then I dropped it. Polo Ralph Lauren men's sweater. I just posted about these yesterday on my Facebook and all those. I think I posted on TikTok too. Always look out for these, especially bigger sizes. This is a men's 3XB quarter zip, sold for $28 plus shipping. 3XB, I mean, the size itself, it sells it, but also the fact that it's a quarter zip sweater. What's up, Teach? What's up, Teach? Appreciate you guys all hanging out. If you're not following on TikTok right now, I know this looks like my normal profile, but it's not. It's my side profile. So if you haven't followed yet, make sure you hit that follow button. If you're watching on TikTok, I'm trying to grow the side account so I can continue to go live and get some of my videos more views. I've noticed what's wild is I only have 1,000. I only have like 1,000 followers on my side TikTok account, and I'm getting better views on this account than I did on my main account, which has 100,000 followers. So that tells you right there, there's something wrong with TikTok. But make sure you give a follow. Make sure you give a follow. Better Lister is better, but it's expensive for the errors it comes with. Yeah, is Better Lister? Which one is Better Lister? Is that Tex? Is that Tex? I don't know the name of his. I think that's Tex. And yeah, 50 cents per listing is a wild price to pay. it is wild. You could train somebody, and you could get them to manually list your items and train them how to do it for cheaper than 50 cents a listing. I get it. It's fast. It's efficient. But 50 cents is really, really expensive. I don't know how many Nifty gives you right now. Hold on. I can look this up. I never max out on Nifty, so I never even worry about it. But you get, with the bigger smart plan, the one that I have, you get 1,000 smart credits. That's $89.99 a month. And you get unlimited cross list with that, something that Better Lister can't do. Cross list, 1,000 smart credits. So just do the math on that. Plus you get the delist, relist, send offers, inventory dashboard, all that stuff. You get all that stuff included for that price, plus all those listings. So it's a better deal. But I get why you would use the other one if it's doing better for you and you have the disposable income. Maybe you sell items that you make more money on. Then you have that disposable income to be able to pay for the Better Lister to make it go faster and everything. I get that, but I would rather just pay for Nifty in my opinion. So. Still print sideways. How do you fix labels for Whatnot 4x6? I have a 4x6 label printer and I have it selected, but it prints sideways. That I don't know. That might be something that you have to reach out to Whatnot support. I did the 4x6 and it printed out perfectly fine the first time. So I'm not sure. That might be something you can Google too. And somebody probably had the same issue and made a post about it. Are you listing on Nifty to list on all platforms, or do you list on eBay first? I list everything on Nifty. I changed over as soon as the AI actually, when Tech made his platform, and he said he was the first to create a AI lister for eBay, and I was like, wait, Nifty has one. Let me go try Nifty's really quick, and I'll make a video about it. And I made a video about it, and I tried it for the first time, and I was like, wow, this is really good. I listed that Ralph Lauren shirt and it sold within like 5 minutes after I listed. I was like, holy crap, like I just listed this with the AI. It already sold. There's something to be said about this. And then I made the video. And since then, since I made that video, I think it's been like 4 or 5 months, I've been listing everything on Nifty. I've been using the AI lister to create my listings from the photos. I don't think I've done one outside of Nifty. So yeah, appreciate all the follows over here too. What iPhone did you upgrade to with 1 terabyte? This is the 15. The one I'm using is a 15. I haven't upgraded since the 15. I probably won't upgrade. I hear a lot of good and bad things about the new iPhones. And also I don't want to fork over $1,000. They're not going to give me $1,000 in credit. So I'm going to keep using the one I'm using. So, that was a grift. He sold his ownership quick. Oh yeah. So he already sold his ownership. Gotcha. Yeah. I figured he was. It's a smart business play. I mean, the guy's a genius for the way he did that. But yeah, it wasn't. He lied when he said it was the first eBay AI lister. He completely lied about that. He actually talked about Vendu in that video and how they already had an AI lister while he was saying that his was the first. Makes no sense. But Nifty had already had theirs out for like a year. So as soon as I saw that video, you put a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, and that's why I made my video really quickly and put that out, because I saw there was a lot of traction on his video and I wanted to make sure people knew that hey, this is not the only one out there. There are other ones available. And Nifty doesn't do, I would say Nifty is like a little bit of a step down with the AI lister, but they're working on it to make it as good as text, but it's not perfect yet. There are still some issues that I see that I still have to edit. With any AI lister, you should go back and edit your listings and make sure they're perfect for how you like your listings, because they might put the size at the end, you like the size in the beginning, so on and so forth. Might mess up the size on one of the platforms, so make sure you always check those because there's always going to be errors. All right, let me pull two more. 4301, 4301, 5474, 4301, 4301. To remember these numbers. Oh, my back is killing me today, chat. 4301 5474. 5474. Two Ralph Lauren shirts. We got a blue striped Ralph Lauren shirt, and we got a purple striped Ralph Lauren shirt. Both the same size, both sold to the same buyer. Actually, this one's a 17, this one's an XL, same size though. And they sold together. And because I have a deal on my eBay store, which says if you buy 2 or more items, you get free shipping. They got free shipping for these, so I put them in the same package. They sold for $45.98 is what these sold for. So I went unsub from. I think he's a good guy. He made a business play. He talked up his product. That's what you're supposed to do when you make a product. You're supposed to talk it up. Now, lying about it is a little bit different, but maybe he didn't do the research and he didn't know that his was not the only one out there, which doesn't make sense because he said it in the video. That Vendu had one already. But anyways, maybe he made a mistake. He still has really good information. I mean, a lot of people follow Tech for his information. I still think he's a really, really smart individual. I mean, top selling eBay seller for, was it like 4 years for the men's category. He knows his stuff for sure. I wouldn't make one business move, put a bad taste in your mouth forever about him, especially if you've already learned a bunch of stuff from him. There's going to be something that I say eventually that you disagree with, and if you're just going to unfollow for that, I don't think it's the right play. I think you should give people more grace. Do you have to buy all your product up front? Do you have to buy all your product up front, like all the product that's there? Of course. All that is not. Well, no. I'll answer it differently. All that product is bought up front. The product that you see, well, you can't see it right now because they're behind, but I run consignment too. So consignment, I have 0 cost in. So anything you see me sell and whatnot usually is consignment. The bulk of our business is consignment. And that stuff we don't have an upfront cost because they're shipping it to us, we're selling it for them, and then we take a percentage of their sale, and when we give them the other percentage. So we do 70-30 splits. So we take 30%, they take 70% after whatnot fees. So I don't like that shirt, JK, the one that I just shipped, or my shirt. My shirt's just a black shirt. How could you not like a black shirt? Put him in hiding. I did notice that too, yeah. I noticed he ripped down all of his videos. That tells you something about, he knew he was wrong for that, but that's okay. He made a mistake. Do you have videos on how you organize your inventory? How I put my stuff into inventory. I do have a video on that. I just made a video yesterday on how we list our products too. That should be out sometime today, if not tomorrow. We'll see if I can edit it with Joe Bro home and everything, if I can get it edited. But I will put a video in the chat right now. Get shareable link. Watch this video. It's a complete breakdown on how we do this system and also the bin system too. You can watch that video and figure out exactly what system will work best for you. Unfollow. Just hearing a lot about dropshipping. I will tell you this, Alicia. Most people that talk to you about dropshipping are making more money selling the course than they are actually dropshipping the product. Dropshipping margins are typically very, very, very slim. So if somebody tells you they sold $1 million worth of stuff dropshipping, they probably only made about 1 to 5% on that. So they probably made, what is that, $50,000 on that amount. So max $50,000, which is great money because they didn't have to touch the product. But they're also not telling you to get to that point. It took them 10 years or 5 years to get to that point. So when you first start, you're going to expect to do $1 million in sales, and you see that $1 million number and you think you're making 500,000 when really you'd only make 50, but that's going to take you 5 to 10 years. And you're going to pay more for the course. You won't make any money for the first year because you're paying so much for the course. So just be very careful with drop shippers and drop shipping courses and stuff. Most of those people, again, that make more money actually doing the courses. I don't have a course. That's one reason why I didn't have a course, is because of all the dropshipper courses and stuff like that. I wanted people to follow me because they follow along with the journey and they see that I'm actually making the money, and I'm not pushing a product on you. I'm not saying, here, buy this course, it'll teach you everything. I'm not allowed to tell you anything else. I want it to be like, you follow me, you get to learn for free. And you get to take what you want for free. If you don't like it, cool. You didn't pay anything for it. So, I just agree with the way Wayne treats surfs, but I still watch him. What do you mean? I treat him like gold. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Should I promote all my items or just until I get a lot more inventory? If you're selling items that don't have a lot of competition, that sell very well, you no need to promote those. I sell a lot of clothing. There's a lot of competition, so that's why I promote my items. Line knowing he was going to sell his shares once he got signups. Yeah, he made a lot of money. He made a lot of money. A lot of money. Their Big Yummo did a good job of like putting that into the video too. Congrats. Appreciate you, Glenn. Appreciate you. Number bags, where do you get them? The numbers on the bags I make from thermal printer. So all the numbers we print off from our thermal printer, and then we stick them on our bags. So you can buy numbers on Amazon. They are more expensive. When I print them off, they're only half a cent a piece when I print them off from the Dymo 450 Turbo. If you watch that video that I linked to, watch that video, the inventory video, I go over how I make the labels in that inventory video too. How do you determine what to sell on Whatnot versus eBay? Anything we sell on Whatnot, we can sell on eBay, vice versa. I don't hold back certain brands. The only time I will hold back a certain brand and just put it on eBay is if it's a brand that I don't feel many people know, like it's a very niche brand. That brand I'll put up on eBay. But like Lululemon, Vuori, Polo Ralph Lauren, things like that, I put up on Whatnot. I can show you like a couple pieces. I put a video out the other day, like these pieces. I'll just grab these last two. Like this is an eBay quality item, but I'm putting it on Whatnot. It's also consignment too, but consigners know eBay quality items is what we ask for. So it's a Polo Ralph Lauren. It's a good size. It's a men's extra large, and it has the Polo Bear hit on the front. eBay quality item, but we're putting it on Whatnot. Same as this. It's a Rain Spooner. Great Hawaiian shirt brand to look out for. Nice pattern on this one, like a wave pattern. That's also going up on Whatnot. But again, we could put that on eBay if we wanted to as well. We don't hold back. We bring our best stuff. We bring our best stuff to Whatnot. We don't just put our junk on Whatnot. And I think that's why a lot of people fail on Whatnot, is because they put their junk on Whatnot and then expect people to buy their junk that they can't sell. And we don't do that. The craziest trying to see is people who say they're reselling and it's selling 101. Oh yeah, that's all over TikTok. And I think when TikTok gets purchased by the US buyer, that all is going to go away. And I think a lot of the brands that are being sold on TikTok Shop are going to start going away too, because a lot of those are very similar products to other products, and they don't have the licensing to sell in the US. So once that US buyer purchases it, they won't be able to do that anymore. So you'll see a lot of like brands start to come to TikTok Shop, I think, because of that. Because right now there's a lot of ripoffs on TikTok. I saw some other, which is crazy. If you're a reseller and you're doing this, I would 100% stop doing this, because you're losing all your credibility. That's why I don't do TikTok Shop too often. I just promote like shipping supplies and stuff whenever I'm there. There are people selling fake Masters gear on TikTok Shop, and I'm like, you're a reseller and you're selling fake Masters gear. It's not even licensed. Why? You're losing all your credibility. Stop. Don't do that. That's very, very bad. 4385. That's very, very, very bad. Sure, it's acceptable right now on the shop, but you're losing all your credibility. Why would you trade your credibility for, $20? Doesn't make sense to me, because you're not selling a ton of those. Men's 2XL slim fit untucked Ralph Lauren short sleeve shirt sold for $20.70. That's the best offer. Sent from Nifty. We all deserve grace. Yes, everybody does. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm gonna make a mistake. There's gonna be something 5 years from now that I'm gonna say something and people are gonna disagree with. Surfs is gonna release our text messages because I'm gonna make them mad, and then everybody's gonna say I'm an evil person because me and Surfs kid in our text messages all the time, and everybody's gonna hate me for a little bit, but everybody deserves a little grace. Everybody loves to cancel people. They're like, I'm gonna cancel him. I'm gonna unfollow. And everybody deserves a little grace. Now, there are people out there that deserve a block. And maybe they deserve a block to be put in timeout for a little bit. I agree with that. Sometimes you got to put them in timeout for a little bit, take a step away, and then you can step back and see if they've grown. If they haven't grown, then you leave them blocked. That's what we do. How does Nifty allow drafting? You can draft on Nifty just like you draft on eBay. You can also upload your photos and have Nifty do the AI list for you and then save that as a draft and do that later. Either or works. Do you buy directly from a manufacturer? Most of the items that we purchase are thrifted, so we buy them from a thrift store. Are they still here? They left Joey's door open. I can hear him hear lady barking. I've been blocked. Life goes on. Yeah, it happens. I block people on TikTok. There's a little bit of drama like a couple weeks ago about somebody I blocked on TikTok, and it was not political. It was because they were masking their return as they were coming back to help people out with their reselling, and then they were just posting a bunch of political stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm not here for that. I don't want to listen to that. Block, and then I'll unblock them when I feel like they've changed. But for right now, I think that's what they do. They do it all the time, so that's why I blocked them. 6435. That's TikTok drama right there. TikTok is one of the most drama platforms. Even if you don't want to be in the drama, you end up being in the drama. It just happens. 6435. This is a men's Ralph Lauren shirt. I think I grabbed this one yesterday to ship out in that bulk order and actually grabbed the wrong shirt, so I had to replace it after the live. I noticed when I was shipping after the live, I noticed that there was a shirt in inventory that wasn't supposed to be there and it ended up being the wrong shirt. So this one sold literally as I put in the package yesterday. This one sold to a different buyer. $22.99 plus ship is what this one sold for. That's a full price sale, no Nifty offer. That's typically what I get for like basic Ralph Lauren shirts, is $22.99 plus ship. So you don't do lives on Whatnot? We do lives on Whatnot. We do lives. We're going to do a live tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to have 150 items. Hey, yo. What's up, Bob? Hey, yo. Have you ever tried Tree Cat? No, I've never heard of Tree Cat. Never, ever. Should I hear about it? Is it a good one? Does it do everything that Nifty does? That's always the question I ask. Does it do everything that Nifty does? Because if it does like, oh no, it does this, but it doesn't do this, then I don't try it. I want to make sure the next platform, if I ever promote another one, it does everything that Nifty does and more. And it's same price, if not better. Wayne makes mistakes every Whatnot show. That is facts. I'll probably gonna make a million mistakes on the next one. I just mess up my words. It's hard doing Whatnot shows, man. If you've never done one before, trying to keep up with everything, like pay attention to the chat, pay attention to the item, make sure you're saying the right size, make sure you're putting the right number on the item. Like you got to think about all that and keeping up with the chat. So if you don't really care about your credibility, the companies can ruin your life with legal fees and lawsuits. Facts. Comparing mistakes to straight up lying in order to mislead people and add piles of cash to your pocket is completely different. That's facts. I get it. Hey, if you feel that way, I get it. I get it. You're allowed to feel that way. You're allowed to. I agree. Yes. Super. K-Way, what's up, Rivet? Welcome in. Appreciate I watch your videos always pop up on my feed, and I think you're doing a really good job of just being real about the stuff that you do. So keep doing it. I like it. Even though I don't like I don't go through and like videos, but I do watch a ton of content. I just don't press the like button. I probably should. Do you pass your shipping discount onto your buyers? Right now I'm doing flat rate shipping, so everything under a pound is $7. Everything between 1 to 2 pounds is $10. Everything 2 pounds or greater is usually $12, unless I can like fit it in a small bag or something. I can use Pirate Ship to get that shipped out pretty cheaply. Didn't I just ship this? Why is it still here? Okay, eBay glitch for a second. I was like, I know I just shipped that item. Next up, 6,300. It's going to be down here. All the items are on the bottom shelf, and my back is killing me today. Ugh. Why can't it be on the top shelf? Vineyard Vines is a women's Vineyard Vine piece. If I remember correctly, we paid like $1 or $2 for this at City Thrift like a couple weeks ago. Kayla picked it up. It's got a really good like springy pattern, which is kind of weird that it's selling right now. Sold for $19.99 plus ship. It's just a bread and butter sale. Like I said, we didn't pay too much for it. We basically got it for like almost like bins prices. So yes, like the videos make someone's day. I do like some videos. I'm not on TikTok as much as I used to be, but whenever I am, Rivet's videos usually always pop up my feed. I popped in his lives before too. You gotta do more lives, Rivet. You gotta be on lives. I like watching people on live. I do respond if you're in a live, there's way more chance that I'll actually like comment and be there for a while than if you put out a video. I don't know. I just don't hit the like button. I get it if you don't hit the like button when you're watching my videos too, because I don't do it either. It just doesn't cross my mind to just be like. But I should, because it would help my feed right now. Change my feed to reselling feed. Amy is extremely helpful. Yes, Amy is super helpful. Amy's the best. And she's got a big pony at home. That's what we learned the other day. How big items listed should your eBay store be to use Nifty to make that $49 a month worth it? What I would say, what I usually tell people is if you have around 100 to 150 items in your store, that 49 will be worth it because you'll sell enough to make it worth it. And as long as you're consistently listing too, it's not like you have 150 items, but you list like 10 items a week. You should be listing like 5 items a day and selling around 5 items a day, and that'll make it worth it. So yeah, that's what I'll say. How would you ship a mink coat in a box? In a box. That's how I'd ship that. Put it in a box, either a priority mail box, or if you have a box sitting around the house, and I'd ship that Ground Advantage. How long did it take you to build up this system? You make it look easy. How long did it take me? I've been selling online since 2018. I started part-time while I was working at the post office, and then in 2021, I think it was, I quit the post office and did this full-time. My wife had already quit her job. We were making more money selling online part-time, and then when she went full-time, we made even more money. We knew that we could pay all of our bills just selling. This was before I had any social media, and so we quit. And then at that time, I started posting videos on social media. So yeah, I make it look easy because I've been doing it so long. Just imagine if you shoot free throws every single day, 100 free throws a day, you're going to make way more than you did when you first started shooting free throws. So that's why it looks easy. But it did take a lot of work to get to this point. It still takes a lot of work every single day. So I'll leave it at that. You like that one? You like that one, Amy? I was selling photos of your feet on. Wow, I can't say that. Oh crap! I gotta be careful reading comments over here because I'm on TikTok. People are gonna report me. That was a joke on another live TikTok. Please don't report me. How many sales are you shipping a day? Right now, sales are starting to increase, which is great. Like yesterday, can I see this on Nifty? Yesterday, I think I sold 14 or 15 items total between all platforms. I know I only shipped out like 13 orders today, but I also had sales yesterday that I shipped out yesterday morning, and I had sales that I shipped out after yesterday's live. But let me see. Hold on. Can I see this? Insights. Can I see like daily sales on Nifty? Just says 507. Total sales in the last 30 days is 284 is what Nifty says. 284, so that's around 9 items a day, but I'm definitely starting to see an uptick. You got to remember 3 weeks of that was me moving and I wasn't listing anything for 3 weeks, so I should be back up. Let's see in the beginning of this year. Can I change the dates? Oh, I can. Hold on. Let me see the beginning of this year. January 1st to January 30th. This was like good time. 353 sales month of January. I'm able to see all this on Nifty, by the way. Here, I'll just show you the screen. I don't care. You can look at my numbers. So 353 January 1st to January 31st. You can change that up here if you want to go like February 1st to February 31st or 28th. Sorry, there's not 30. It's 359. So I actually sold more this month. So that's over 10 orders a day. It's like 12 orders a day, I think is what that is. Oh, I have to complete a little puzzle here. They have to know I'm live. There we go. I've completed the puzzle. TikTok, I'm live. But yeah, that's one thing Nifty gives you is you're able to just go see your numbers like super fast. You can see your average sales price, all that stuff. Go right to Nifty and get all that information. Poshmark changed the feed. Do you have any idea where our self shares are going? Whatever they change, Poshmark is slow now. If I have sales, I don't think they changed the way sharing works. I haven't actually looked at the feed. I actually never log into Poshmark because Nifty does everything for me. So I never even go into Poshmark. So I didn't notice the feed changes. I don't know. I don't think they changed the way sharing works though. So it would work exactly the same. So Nifty doesn't restrict how many items a day you can post. No, right now Nifty changed it. So unlimited cross posting, they just have a limit on AI listing. So if you have the plan that I have, I get 1,000 per month. So I can do 1,000 AI lists per month. And if I do one AI list, if I put my photos in I can put all the photos for a listing in. I can cross list it to 4 platforms. That's only 1 credit that I use for that 4 posts. So if I take one photo of a Ralph Lauren shirt, put on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, that's only 1 AI credit, and then the cross listing is now unlimited. So you can do as many as you want. So you can just pull all your inventory in at first for the first month. If you really want to do this, you could do this. Pull all your inventory over, pay for the first month, use the code, get the 15% off, and then cross list all of your inventory and then cancel the next month. And you can have everything cross listed, and then you can just sign up whenever you want to cross list again if you don't cross list a ton. That's a way to get around that. So 1,800 eBay listings, so you would use the bigger plan to do that. If you have over 1,500 listings, you have to use the biggest plan. They go based off the number of listings you have, not how many times you cross list now. So if you have a store 1,500 or greater, you have to buy the bigger plan. Yes, the feed changes. I have no clue. I haven't looked at it. I'll have to look at it. So we love TikTok. TikTok is the best. We love shopping on TikTok Shop for great buy. Nick, I gotta meet you in real life, Nick. Nick, you're a funny guy. I can just tell you're a funny guy. You need a bot to answer the repeat questions. Oh, I don't care. The repeat questions, I actually enjoy answering because it makes me sound super smart. I've answered probably every single question you guys are going to ask me in this chat, except for like the feed question, because that's a new one for me. It makes me sound really smart because I just answer the same question the same way over and over and over again. Before I was doing Facebook and YouTube, I've already been doing that on TikTok for like a year. And you're going to get the same basic questions over and over again. It doesn't matter. Doesn't bother me how many times I answer it because it makes me look really, really smart. And I'm just like Surfs. I'm really, really dumb. Anyways, 6683. 6683. That's a little shot at Surfs. I know he's still watching. He watches in the background chat. He acts like he's not here, but he's taking notes right now, okay? He's like, whatever K-Way's doing, I need to do this. So let me take, he said this, I need to do this next time I'm on live. That's what he's doing right now. Nifty to get on board with Whatnot. Facts. I talk to them all the time about Whatnot. Whatnot's a little bit more difficult to get into because there's not only auctions, but there's also stale listings that you can sell on Whatnot. And I think that's the big holdup with that. But I agree 100% with you. Brand new with tag, Peter Millar, summer soft, men's small. Pick this up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I think I paid $15 for this. Men's smalls I usually don't pick up, but this was a summer soft. So this is a special one. $44.99 plus ship. If this was a bigger size, I probably would have got $60 for it. Oh, there he is. See, I told you guys. He's just sitting in there. Surfs, what notes have you taken today? It's okay. I know he does the same thing in his lives to me, even though he tries to be a nice guy. I know he's doing the same thing to me. He's shooting shots at me all live. I didn't meet Surfs in person. He told me he's a famous influencer and to stay away from him. I get it. He is. He's a famous influencer now. He barely even talks to me anymore. He doesn't. I'm just kidding. He talks to me every day. He talks to me too much, actually. Sometimes I have to like cut him off. Sometimes be like, Surf, can you be quiet for like 5 minutes? My wife's trying to talk to me. Surf says contemplating a career change since you came back to TikTok. I know. I didn't tell him I was coming back either. I just kind of popped back on, and it's going pretty good. We've got a good amount of people over here. Some people get triggered by answering repetitive questions. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I know based off my videos, I get the same exact questions. Like if I post a shipping video, I'm going to get the same questions. Where do you get the boxes? Where do you get the bags? Where do you get your inventory? Do you wash your items? What's another one? Those are pretty much the top 4 right there. Where do you get the boxes? Where do you get the bags? Those are top, which are good because I like those questions because I send them to places where they click and then I get a little hit from that. So I love those questions, but I get the common ones like, do you wash your items? Do you steam or press your items? Because your items look so nice when they're in the packaging. I'm like, no, I don't steam or press anything. You don't wash your items? That's gross. Nope, I only wash items that have stains or flaws. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you, Chica. Appreciate you. Hopefully I'm here for a while and it doesn't have the same issue that I had last time. Because last time I had issues. So hopefully not. Well, I'm trying to get busy on eBay, Poshmark, main seller place. I'm always on there. Nice. Yeah, I don't know of the changes, so I have to look into those. So I can live with that. Started my eBay business 3 weeks ago and have 11 items sold so far, slowly growing. That's really good. 11 items in your first 3 weeks is really, really good. I know some people would be like, oh, I want to see 50 items sold. I want to see 100 items sold. No, you're not going to be able to get those unless you did a ton of research beforehand and you already had like a supplier and a way to get the inventory. If you're just going to thrift stores or selling items in your house and you're selling 11 items in 3 weeks, that's really, really, really good. So keep it up. I promote my items at 9%. Promote at 9%. All right, that's it. That's everything. If you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to drop them down in the chat and I will get those answered. Tomorrow we have a Whatnot show, so make sure you go bookmark the show. It's going to be a crazy show. I don't know if I'm going to sell this piece. I might. I might run this piece just because Surfs is wanting it. I might sell this piece tomorrow. Tomorrow night's live. I'm only gonna probably sell like 10 of the items in that box, and I'm probably gonna spread those items across all lives because I have some crazy. This is just the top of the box. I have crazy pieces like this down in the bottom of that box. I know. So come to the show. I'm gonna start everything at $10. We're gonna probably run 150 items tomorrow. Fast pace. It's gonna be fun, and you guys are gonna get steals and deals. So yeah, are you doing a set time on TikTok every day? I normally come live like around this time. I don't really have a set time. It's because now we have Joe Bro at home, so it just depends. Like today, she took him to the library, so I was able to start the live. Some days I'm gonna be later, some days I'm gonna be earlier. It's definitely gonna be before 12:30 though, because that's when I have to have all the packages out for the mailman to pick up. Use an app that helps list on all platforms. Nifty. I have a link. How do I say this? If you look for the tree, you're gonna find the tree. It's going to be, go to my profile, you see all the videos there, right? And there's going to be a tree on there. You find that tree, and there's a link. You get 15% off your first month. You also get a 7-day free trial for Nifty, but that's what I use too. Also, watch the video I put out either today or tomorrow on YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to go over the entire listing process, how I photo the items, how I check the items, how I put the items away in inventory, and then also how I use Nifty to create the listing. So that video will be out probably today. If not today, it'll be out early morning tomorrow. What's up, reseller Rex? Patient good attitude is key for being a reseller. Yes, that is facts. That is facts. You got both of those, Dora. Do you have Nifty set up to give an automatic offer if somebody likes and watches? If yes, how long before the offer is sent? I think it's 15 minutes if I remember correctly. And it's 10% on all platforms. So 10% on offers on all platforms. Yeah, we still live in Florida. We moved from Clearwater area to Riverview area. It's like moving from one county to the next county. It's like a 45, 50-minute drive from where we used to live. If you're writing your notes and put on your page, so it always there, they won't hit. If you write it in your notes and put it on your page, so it's always there. Do you mean about going live? I don't go at a certain time though, DW. I just go randomly, so you'll see me randomly. But yeah, it should always be early morning. And I don't go live every day. Oh, yeah. Write down their notes. Oh, like put it on the screen. Yeah, I could do that. I could also have mods over here that just answer that. That's probably what I'll have. I hate getting calls when I'm on TikTok. It ruins the TikTok feed. I need to make sure I turn that off so you won't get a banana. Okay. I'll have mods over here too. I'll eventually, once this grows, I'll have mods just answer those questions for me because I won't be able to answer them myself. So, all right, chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I will see you guys tomorrow night. I won't be live tomorrow morning because I don't ship on Saturday morning. So tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hop over to Whatnot. Lots of giveaways. We're probably going to give, I can't say that word on TikTok either. These things, we're just going to, yeah, to you guys. Yeah. So go watch, go come to the Whatnot show. I'm probably going to do like $100 to $200 worth of those. Surfs just called me. I hate you, Surfs. Anyways. Yeah, we're gonna put those in packages and ship them out to you without any money transactions. So make sure you come out over to Whatnot and video coming out today. I probably won't put a short out today because I'm gonna put a full length video out today. So